I don't want this to sound like a medical report. However, over the last 2 weeks, I have developed a very, very excruciatingly painful infection. And I've learned something. About every 45 minutes, I have this experience of excruciating pain all night long. And when I'm done with that bit of pain, I lay there in my bed and I return to where I did a wedding a month or so ago, where Spirit spoke to me. And this place I was standing right between two redwoods, and there was a brook right behind me. And as I return to that in my mind, it's not long till I'm not anywhere. I'm just in spirit. And what I learned by being able to separate from my physical in that place in spirit, there's no pain, there's no frustration, anger, all the things I feel in the physical world right now. And it's just amazing. It's marvelous. And if we could all strive to experience that once in a while, our lives would truly be enriched. So, I'm so appreciative that through this community, I have learned to be metaphysical, to be able to step away from my physical and step in and be one in spirit in a whole different dimension. And I pray that each of us can have experiences like that. Just who knows how many, they aren't undescribable, but they're real. They're absolutely real. And so it is.
Well, this is going to be a change of topic.
Okay.
Patrick. Okay. I like to think of myself and others as nice people, but sometimes life is not so nice. The scene is Costco. I was admiring a variety of items for sale and the variety of people loading up on those items when suddenly I noticed a package of 8 frozen salmon fillets defrosting on the shelf where towels were sold. I could hardly believe that anyone could be so lazy and wasteful as not to return that package to the freezer when they decided against buying it. Now I know that people do far worse things, but still this irresponsibility irked me. And in my head I became very judgmental, even to the point of visualizing what this person looked like. And it was not an attractive image. Now the customer who did this was probably at home by now enjoying the day without giving a second thought to their wastefulness. But here I was still stewing over it. One of the Costco workers told me that stuff like this happens a lot, and that comment didn't help my mood. Certainly this shopping incident is a benign example compared to the devastating actions of people that we read about or see on TV. I believe that everyone has a soul, an inner light. But how does one penetrate the barriers of poor or devastating behavior to see the light within the people whose actions are like shades pulled down around their souls. I had to stop writing at this point as I had no idea what to say next. The following day, while tackling the question again, I remembered a meditation. We were to picture a clear blue sky. Any thoughts that came to us at this quiet time were envisioned as clouds that simply drifted past so that our sky could remain clear. Perhaps that is the answer. We must keep ourselves at peace and clear despite the clouds around us, having no hold on us. If we keep our sky clear, our light will shine brighter and seep into the edges of darkness around us and in us. So, rain or shine, keep your sky cloudless. Send your light out into the world so that it touches someone in need, especially Costco shoppers.
Kelly, that deserves a round of applause. Thank you very much. Costco shoppers, indeed. I think today is potluck, and whether you brought food or not, there's always a place to sit around the table and enjoy each other. Joy, I'm going to ask you if you would take care of changing our signs. Take down our available sign and put up a ring out danger sign. And then through the month of August, let's leave that sign down because we've got 2 weddings and a accordion festival in August. Thursday. Next a week, so we don't have free. Thursday's free. So if anybody wants to bring me coffee and cookies, cake, that's fine. Just kidding.
Home Friday, so go ahead.
So, anyways, any other announcements? Yes.
Just the food bank contacted me to make sure that I was going to get that barrel out of there. So, my work has changed back to day shift, so it'll be a little bit before I call them to pick it up. Let's do what we can to top it off. Thank you.
Okay. And this gentleman here in the front row, he gave us like a 6-foot roll around bar for a kitchen. It's got a granite top. It's beautiful. It's like koa wood. And he also gave us a warming tray. And we are very soonly going to install the warming tray in this cabinet and put it out in our hall. Take rid of that table that's always the wrong size and really heavy. And we'll have something that can serve us very well. So that's going to be happening pretty quickly.
Thank you.
The ramp was supposed to get fixed Friday, and one of the guys who was supposed to show up didn't feel like it, so we postponed it till next Friday. So that's how that is. Does anybody have a calendar available, like on their phone? What's the weekend around the 16th, 17th, 18th?
16th is Saturday.
What's that?
16th is Saturday.
Okay, the 15th, 16th, and 17th, we're having I don't know how many annual accordion festival. And every year we host the student stage on Friday evening. I think it starts at 4 or 5 o'clock. And it's a 2-hour free concert put on by 4 or 5 of the greatest accordionists in the world. And they do that free, encouraging people to put some money in the basket for the scholarships for these young students. And then Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, all the students show up and they play 3 songs. And there's a panel of judges made up by these world-class accordionists. And then on Sunday, each one of those students receives a scholarship based on how well they did and where they placed it. So it's really a worthwhile thing. I think this is about our 10th year of doing that. and to have the student stage and to be part of the accordion festival is really cool. So I'll just put that on your calendars. Anything else? Okay, let's give some thought and some compassion, I think, at least empathy, to all the people that we know in our lives. You can holler out names, people that are living in the dark, dark, or painful, or scary time.
Jessica.
Jamie.
Nancy.
There are so many in this world that are living in darkness. And our light, our love that we can share, that's the necessary thing. That's the only thing that works. It's the only thing that brings them out of the darkness is our light. So let's send it out, shall we, to all the places it needs to be. We trust in Spirit to deliver that light, that compassion, that courage, that forgiveness, that acceptance that this whole world needs so badly. And so it is. Let's stand up and sing a song. Got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. And joy is something you can choose. Just like happiness, you have to choose happy, and you can choose joy. All right, gang, let's do it. All right, now it's time to embrace each other, welcome each other in this beautiful community. Oh,
No. You don't need to. Good. You don't need to.
I will. Bye.
How are you? Good.
There you go. Look at that. Right out of Better Homes and Gardens, buddy.
I'm looking at you next.
I know, I got man tips. Right. UTI. Oh, okay. Yeah. Got it yesterday, so a couple days it'll be better. Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm not bothered. Thank you.
I just wanted to say good morning.
Celebrating our abundance. Too often we think of abundance as money. Money's just money. Abundance is being able to breathe, walk around, being able to have relationships with people, being able to love somebody, being able to feel love from someone, being able to feel acceptance from someone. That's the abundance in this life. It's like singing to the choir amongst you folks. All of you get that. Let's read the affirmation of abundance, may we? At least once in every day, may I shift my attention to become more the vast abundance that enriches my life every minute of every day. May we have some pondering music Eden. Thank you. As we prepare for a time of meditation, let's sing together number 152, Only Believe.
Good morning, every moment, and begin with some deep breaths. And in your mind's eye, imagine you are on a path.
You hear the sound of water and you feel drawn to it. The path leads you to a gentle flowing stream. With leaves floating along the surface of the water. Take each thought that enters your mind, or challenge, or concern, and place it gently on a leaf. Allow these thoughts, these leaves, to float away. And in its place, inhale positive energy. And exhale by just letting go of breath into a state of relaxation. Inhale health and clarity, and exhale into serenity. Know that you can always return to this gentle flowing stream and use those leaves in whatever way you need. Namaste.
Thank you, Janet and Ethan. I need to backtrack just a little bit. Would everybody, Joy, would you pass a copy of this out to everybody who was on the board, who was here today? This is our signed agreement with COTS for the coming year. And just so everybody has a copy for you. Thank you. What does it say, my message is? Who and what we are and the plan. I'm going to talk a lot about history today. And I think two of you in the room remember a guy called Joel Kemmerer, who was maybe three. Remember Joel? He was pretty much your typical congregational minister, wore his black robe every Sunday. And when Vivian started attending, he was just amazed by Vivian's push the bar. Vivian had gone through Unity Village with her husband and was very metaphysical. And so one day, Mr. Kemmer said, "Today's my last Sunday and Vivian will be taking care of you." And that was it. And her first year or two were a little tough. There were some differences of opinion, might we say. And everybody wanted to be the big fish in the little pond. And there was a little meeting where you go somewhere, a seminar or something. And coming back from that seminar, a group of the people decided they wanted to get rid of Vivian. And we had a chance, there was a Sunday, we had a chance to have a booth down at the park. Some kind of event was going on, we were going to have it. And so right after church, a couple of people left earlier, they had set up right after church. Vivian came down to be the minister at the booth. And they told her, "You don't need to be here. You should just go on home." And she crossed the street. I was on my way walking down, and she was hanging on to a sign pole crying. And I was with my wife, and I said, "Give me a break here." And I talked to Vivian for about 10 minutes. And that day we became partners. And as the distractions fell by the wayside over time, Vivian and I, very shortly, I was on the board by that time, and Vivian and I started talking on the phone for over an hour every day, sometimes 3 hours. We'd meet out at Coco's. After church, she'd stop by my house, and we'd cuss and discuss everything that happened on Sunday mornings. And we'd review. And she said, "Do you know we have the freedom to create something very different? Unity, Religious Science, which is now called Center for Spiritual Living. They claim to be spiritual centers." And she said, "Yeah, but they still have a doctrine. They still run them like a business." She said, "A true spiritual community shouldn't be a business. It should lose all it can of physical business structure. It should be, at every point possible, be centered on spirit and the unseen, and try to transcend the physical." Is anybody able to do it all the time? No, that's not the point. And we've worked over time. I remember one of the hardest things to do was to persuade our board that because we didn't have a lot of money in our bank account, that we were not poor. Too poor to tithe. Too poor to do this. We just didn't have a lot of money. But we had abundance. And all of a sudden we started to tithe every quarter to some nonprofit. All of a sudden, not long after that, all of our bills got put on auto pay. There was always enough, because we weren't poor. We knew we always had enough. We worked and planned on, and Kelly, if I missed the boat on anything, just stand up and correction, sir. But there used to be a cross hung right up there on those three things. We took it down because it was what we thought was a symbol of suffering and shame. We don't do suffering and shame here. That's physical stuff. We do joy and love and happiness. And we had a Bible. We didn't read the Bible. We took the Bible away. We gave it to the museum because it's part of the history of this town. We stopped singing the Lord's Prayer every Sunday. We stopped having communion the first Sunday of every month. We tried to walk away and leave behind, transcend all of the religious rituals that we could to keep us in the now. I'd like to change the order of service every month, just to change it, just so we don't get in a rut. Accomplish it this short time on Sunday. Any suggestions, I'll sure be open for them. But over the time, over the 20 years that Vivian and I were partners, we decided that we needed to really try to encourage everybody to trust more in spirit. We finally stopped having fundraisers. And I can go back as far as when our trees came down. Jason and Shayla Pace. That it just came out of my mouth and I hold on to that. Took a long time to get a permit from the city, but we finally got the permit. We had some tree cutters lined up. The best bid we had gotten to move the two big trees was $3,000. We didn't know exactly where the money was going to come from, but somehow we were going to get it. That was on Thursday. Vivian and I talked on the phone. We tried to think of ideas. Sunday, Jason and Shayla Pace said they'd really like to see that corner look better. Maybe, work on the trees, do something. Here's a check for $3,000. It paid for the trees. You remember Jason and Shayla? When they had it was the first baby shower I ever went to. They had it over in the Rose. I'd never been to a baby shower, but I was to theirs. And from that point on, she said, isn't that a great example of trusting in spirit? Stay focused on what we do. We're in business not to be a business. We're in business to encourage people to expand their awareness, to elevate their consciousness. Trust in spirit. And try to be in that realm, that different dimension. And Vivian says, you're going to be the next minister. And that's just what happened. And at that time, before that time, actually, my job is to look for Spirit's gift of my replacement. And in that 7 years or 8 years, ever since I was first be called assistant minister, I have embraced a dozen people who had interest, and because I know the gift is coming. I'm as sure of it as I'm standing here. I just don't know how it's going to be wrapped. So I'm not going. Every gift I see, I'm going to I'm going to pull the wrap off and see who might. And that has been the plan, to trust in spirit. We have an operating budget because we have to. We don't have a budget for future repairs. We're not in the business to repair old buildings. When it's required, trust. Spirit will provide. Spirit provided for the new steps. Spirit provided for a paint job. Spirit provided for our new floor. Spirit provided for the new kitchen. Every time we need something, really needed, shows up. And our trust in spirit, the more we do, the more we outreach. Our bank account has not looked this good consistently for a very long time, because I think we are all sharing our time and talent and thought and treasure. I almost croaked 2 months ago, but I didn't. And I know that caused anxiety and worry amongst especially our board. I'm asking you to let go of that worry. And I'm going to croak. We all are. I'm asking you to trust in spirit every time. For years, decades, when we had a need, it has been met. There are many churches around. You see, I mentioned before, New Thought, unity and religious science. They are actually, they're churches. They claim to be spiritual, but actually they're business-like. They have very much focus on finances, and come here and take the courses, and we will fill the pews. We will have wonderful music for you, and we'll take the courses and buy the books. We have them on hand for you, and they are quite financially successful, but I'm not sure how successful they are in encouraging people without a doctrine, without a set of rules, to actually go inside. Investigate your beliefs. Do they work for you? I think our beliefs hold us back from so much. We've been brainwashed and conditioned and believed to the point where we struggle in life. Well, that's not working out very well for some of us. So I just want to tell you, that's the plan I've been working under. Vivian and I worked on it for 20 years. Wayne knows it. He saw it. And there were times when Wayne was a little resistant. And I could say some things, but I won't. I'm going to. Wayne was, when we first got here, we need to advertise. So out of his pocket, we ran ads in the paper that cost money. For what, a year, 2 years, long time. Wayne paid for it. Nobody ever came. And you can't advertise spirituality. You can't advertise a spiritual community. It has to draw. You have to want to have spiritual experience. And that's what a spiritual community is. We got physical all around us. This is a place. Doug Brecky said, we've been to 20 churches. He said, there is no place like Church of the Oaks. There's some ashrams that have spiritual practice, but they get a little culty sometimes. And that deviates from just the go inside of yourself. Find the peace that we all seek. Find the tranquility, the harmony. It's there. It's in every one of us. So until I am replaced, or until I'm told different by our board of directors, the plan is trust in Spirit. All the big stuff, trust in Spirit. Spirit has never let us down, not once. We've had fundraisers that let us down. We've had ideas and plans that have let us down. Spirit has never let us down. So I feel that that's my job over the work that Vivian and I have done for the last 2 decades, is to carry on this concept of trying to be as close to a spiritual community. No judgment, just acceptance, no doctrine, ideas and possibilities to encourage people to go inside, to be one with all of creation. I spoke earlier about between my bouts of pain, I'm able to do that. I've had 3 hours of sleep in the last 40 hours. And I am here because those little 45-minute places, I've been able to lay in my bed and leave my bedroom. No suffering, no pain, joy when I see all the beauty. I can't describe the beauty in the unseen, but I feel it, I know it. That's all I've got to say today. But I want us to sing a song. I am free, I am unlimited. There is nothing as free as having spiritual experience. There is no limit. Once you're in the realm, there is no limit to anything. There's no limit to happiness, to joy, to love, to understanding. And we're all going to come back to the physical and be angry and upset and hurt feelings and all the things I'm feeling right now. But we do have the ability to go inside and be with our divine, be one with our divine, be in a different dimension. So let's stand and sing, I am free, I am unlimited, like we actually might believe it, huh?
Yeah.
Let's sing it 3 times.
Oh.
Let's step it up a pace. Let's go. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now. And so it is. Let's circle up in a circle of love. And when we get the circle done, Eden's going to give it a shot on the amen thing.
All right.
All right. Amen. Amen. So it is. Thank you, young man. Really appreciate it. Very good. See you in 2 weeks. I hope your schedule lightens up just a little bit for you. I know you're under a lot of stress right now with the performances.
Ton of stuff,
Ton of
but
stuff going on.
ton of stuff,
Good
but
stuff.
it's still fun.
Are you ready for December? August 15th?
August.
15th with this music playing.
I'm not sure. I'll have to see. The reason why it might be a no is because my sister's birthday is the 16th.
So you don't know what family party?
Yeah, I don't know if there will be family. We have such.
I'll try to get here earlier on your weekend so we can go over 10.
Oh yeah. I wasn't. I'm sorry I didn't have time to check in with you. I wanted to check in with you about all of these songs.
And there's Charles. How you doing, my friend?
Exactly. And
Some of
it'll take a while
them
because
are a
most
little
of the folks,
slower.
right, some of the folks are out there that, so you've been doing it a certain way forever, right? And they're like, we'll get it.
Right.
I figured that you have leisure time, you enjoy
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So.